Hey everyone, this is Afu from April Interviewers Forum, and you're with me today, and you're logged on to my channel. So hey guys, we're here today with a very special guest joining us all the way from England. Her name is Miss Scotland, actually. Miss Hanna today. She's already had like a talk session with us here at Dylan's Café on the 20th of December 2016. So I'm just going to be walking you guys through what happened today. So Miss Hanna, could you please tell us a bit about yourself and where you come from and how you find your whole experience coming to India has been for you?
Sure. So I'm an artist and composer and performer, and I sit between these different art forms. My mother is from Finland and my father is from England, but my adopted home is Scotland. I live in Edinburgh in Scotland. And I studied environmental art at Glasgow School of Art in Scotland. The reason I'm in India is because last year I was invited by this year's curator of the Kochi Muritz Biennale, Sudarshan Shetty, to create a place-responsive work for Kochi Biennale 2016.
And her art is truly exquisite. You can find her art. I'll just give you some links. You can check the links down on the video below in the comments box, and you can find those links and you can check out her channel. So, Miss Hanna, could you just tell us about the influences for your type of art, your type of music, your type of work?
So my practice is place responsive. At the heart of my work, I create site-specific performances using the voice and gesture that are really framing music and language to ask about our origins in relation to our environment. And I'm very influenced by traditional music from around the world. I'm interested in our relationship with the more than human world. By that, I mean nature, but I don't like to use that word. And I'm interested in the relationship between folklore and land. I sometimes call my practice unearthing mnemonic topographies, the land encoded in the song, the lore embedded in the land.
You told us that you've been called to India, to Kochi.
Well, so I knew that I wanted to create work around rivers because of the importance of rivers in India, but to people around the world and to our ecological systems around the world. And I was thinking a lot about rivers in relationship to tradition, so the carrying stream of folk tradition, to quote a Scottish folklorist, Hamish Henderson. And when I went to Kochi for the first time, I asked Sudarshan if he could recommend any performers of traditional art forms, because I was interested to see if there was some way of working with an idea of rivers. And he recommended that I get in touch with Kapila Venu, who is a practitioner of Kudiyattam, which is Sanskrit drama told through gesture of eyes and hands. And it's one of the oldest performing arts in India, and it's actually a UNESCO heritage project because there are only a small number of practitioners.
So was the whole experience there, did it take a lot of time, and was it fun for you?
Yeah, so with Kapila I learned a sequence of gestures that embodies the formation of a river, from the first raindrops on the mountain to the different streams and a final river and meander to sea. And I began learning this in the summer. She became my mentor, and I was maybe working 4 days a week, getting up and beginning at about 7:30 or 8 in the morning, and really learning how to use my body in ways that I'd never done before. I had to learn by opening my eyes as wide as I possibly could, and doing special squat exercises to because everything is done from this deep squat. And then from that I created a series of films that's now a film installation. And yeah, it was fun. I had a really great friend. I have a really great friendship with Kapila. We have a lot in common as people. We're both the same age, and we've had similar life experiences. And she's a friend for life.
Speaking of the similarities that Shillong has with Scotland, topographically and stuff, are there any possibilities that you might, bring your work to Shillong? Because, the folklore here is, so to speak, rich in its own way.
Well, I'm very open to possibilities, and I think that's how I always begin projects, with a very open heart and an open mind. The reason I'm in the Northeast in the first place is thanks to the British Council, who organised this trip and who were also supporting the work in Kochi. But there's an amazing coincidence, because the initial part of the trip was to Guwahati, and I had heard about the Kamakya temple through a friend, a filmmaker friend, Aparna Sharma, who had made a documentary about Kamakya. And we were very struck by the similarities between this temple and High Pasture Cave, which is an Iron Age sacred site on the Isle of Skye in Scotland, which I made a piece of work about last year. So that's kind of my beginning point for being here. But today we went to the Folk Museum in Shillong, and I was really struck by how many diverse cultures there are in this region, which is really exciting.
Has your work been received well in India? I mean, where has it been exposed and exhibited?
Well, honestly, this is... I came to India for the first time when I was 17, but I wasn't an artist. Well, I was a baby. But this is the first time for me exhibiting in India, in Kochi. And I've been really touched by people's responses. People have been spending a lot of time in my installation, and I've been having conversations with people, and I was incredibly touched that Venuji, Kapila Venu's father, who is a guru of Kudiyattam, went to visit my work, and he really enjoyed it, and this is one of, out of everyone in the world, this is the greatest compliment.
We hope to see you soon again in Shillong, and
lovely to meet you.
And thank you, guys. You've been tuned in to April Interviewers Forum from Afu here. It's thanks and good night.
Good night.